Hello and welcome to another episode of Mixed Dickinson Art. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope your day is filled with
Love, true love.
In the last episode, we continued the development of the bounty hunter character's helmet. In this episode, we're going to start working on the body. So, also, last week I put on my Instagram story a poll to see which of these four helmets people liked the best. And number 4 won, which is cool because that was also my favorite and also my favorite number. Just that fun fact. All right, so I've gathered some new reference photos, more full body shots, as well as this really furry goat. I liked that we could continue the feel of the mountain goat down throughout the entire design. And with the horns on top, I also feel like, that'll just really help sell the goat feel. And I just realized that I don't even have the helmet up here. So I'm going to capture this guy right here. Oops. And bring him into our other project. So in Procreate, you can swipe up with 3 fingers and you have this copy, cut, paste option thing come up. So I'm going to copy and then go over to my other new project right here, swipe up with 3 fingers and paste. So anyway, I just happened to figure that out the other day. I didn't even know that existed. So anywho, So I kind of want this character to be semi-stylized. Maybe have kind of an anime type feel to it. And the reason that is this past week I also got RPG Maker and super excited about it. It's really fun. But I want to develop maybe like a small sample of a game with this character as the main focus and really develop the assets myself, so it doesn't look so much like an RPG Maker game, like it didn't come out from that engine. So I was doing paint overs of the entire like landscapes and backgrounds and character sprites and all that. So anywho, I know it's super customizable and I've just begun to scratch the surface on all the possibilities of that that program. So anyway, yeah, I thought it would be like a fun thing to do to test out this character in that game and just kind of maybe develop a little story around this character in that game. So yeah. And first things first, let's see. I think we'll do 3 again today, 3 designs. So I'm just gonna set up the helmets. Like so. And so when you pinch layers together, it merges them down sometimes. There we go. And I'm going to just get rid of that color. All right, here we go. So my first idea was I really liked this fur on the back of this guy's shoulders. And then, so I thought maybe like broader shoulders, or not even physical shoulders, but like, you know who I just thought of? Trying to think of their name. In the Solo movie, which was a really good movie, in my opinion. Kind of didn't get the credit due. But yeah, it's Emphas nest. That's what it is. Yes. They kind of have that sort of fur coat thing going on over the shoulders. And I really like the style of that, the feel of that. So maybe we can do something like that. Maybe have his legs look a little goaty too. Maybe they just come straight down. Kind of have like a squared off look, like a hoof type thing. I don't know. We'll try it. And then... So this is kind of like a mix between doing the silhouettes that we did in our first episode and starting to develop some sort of feel for what's on the character too. So it's not quite a silhouette study or approach, but similar. I'm going to duplicate and flip. So just roughing out some ideas really quick. So that, oops, is kind of the first idea. Something like that. Kind of like it, but even while going through and drawing this whole thing, I had some thoughts. Man, these are some really cool designs. This one in particular, I love that. I found that on ArtStation. I'm trying to remember the artist. I don't want to skimp out on giving some cred where cred's due. Leo Sherrill? Leo Sherrill? I don't know. Check him out on ArtStation. Super cool. All right. I like the bagginess of all that design right there. Just kind of like layered on. Okay. So anyway, we'll move on. And I might actually do what I did in the last episode too, which was do the liquify tool and pinch the bottom of it so we can continue that like triangle shape down, which I think is what I really want to do, and that did not work. But I really want to keep that triangle type shape going on. I might take the liquify tool and push this up so the proportions are right, or closer to right. Okay, so this guy does kind of have broadish shoulders, because if you can imagine the bone structure underneath, it would probably be right around there. It's a little broader. So anyway, I might do a little bit of an outline here just to unify the piece a little bit more. Just so while we're looking at it, we can be like, that helmet is so out of place. Okay, so something like that. It's kind of cool. But I don't think we have arrived yet for sure. Okay, I'm going to try to push that fur coat feel on top and not so much down the back this time. So it's more like just resting on his shoulders. And maybe try to look at the references a little bit more. Maybe it can be resting on some shoulder pads like that. Who knows? I like the scarf too. I like that scarf thing underneath. That kind of when I was looking for references, kind of a common theme, even in the cyberpunk. It's surprisingly hard to find any cyberpunk bounty hunter designs that I liked. But even then, they had like scarves on, and I do like it. I think that works. So this one, we're gonna try to keep this like triangle shape a little bit more prominent. And I don't know, maybe we'll try this first. Put the shoulder pad on top. Oops. First, so the shoulder pads are actually sitting on top of the fur. I got that angle way off. There we go. And then kind of keep this guy a little bit more athletic looking, not so bulky. I know this guy's not like super bulky, but okay. But always keeping in mind the anatomy underneath too. I like how this is starting to look here. Okay, I'm trying to think of how to do his pants. So maybe something like that for this one. Maybe not. I want something maybe a little bit tighter. So maybe this up in the corner here. Just more straight. Because if we're going to try to keep that triangle shape coming down to the bottom, they can't be like out here like this guy's. Because then it's more of an hourglass thing, and it's not keeping with the shape. So I'm liking this. What kind of shoes should he have? Probably boots, right? That's super steampunk. Just trying to keep in mind the angle of everything. Perspective. I think his feet a little off. He looks too short now. So instead of drawing the whole leg again, I'm gonna try to pinch it. You might be too just straight. There. It's a little bit better. Okay. I do like all these layers on here, so I might do a little bit of a sack or bag like that on that guy. That guy has. I like that it's a bigger sack. He's got a ton of documents on everybody who's wanted in the area or something. I don't know. Keeps all the stuff there. So I'm just gonna black out this area down here so you know that this is, oops, just kind of covering his midsection. And he's got like a belt or something that goes underneath. Yes. So I'm trying to think if this guy has super broad shoulder pads. Would it look weird if he had? Yeah, it looks a little weird. But hey, we're just gonna do it and move on. Again, it's important for me to show you that designs don't work all the time. The first time you do it, hardly ever the best. Yeah, he's definitely missing something there. It's just really funny looking. I think also he's like more like this, and his head's not up like that. Which I kind of want him to like be more like this all the time than like stand straight up. So he's kind of like he's confident, but he's got a little bit of a bad posture going on. So I don't know. Also, I totally forgot the scarf. So all right, this looks real weird. So I'm going to try to shrink it, make it a little bit more proportional. Looks a little bit better. Yeah, that looks better. I wonder if the fur should come down a little bit more. Maybe it should sag a little bit more too. Right down. Yeah. All right, well, if you guys are drawing along, like I almost always say, feel free to find me on Instagram. Tag me in what you've been working on. Love to see your progress. Love to see your characters. Or character. And love to connect with you guys. So I will say I have been sending out my portfolio to a bunch of developers. I've got some good feedback, meaning they like what they see, but they're not hiring. So who knows if they actually like what they see or if they're just being nice. But some people were actually pretty kind. So thankful for that. It'd be kind of cool to have like bigger gloves too. I don't know. I feel like I'm just like loading stuff on. Okay, let's move on. This time, maybe we'll have the fur go around his neck like a scarf. And possibly do something a little bit more like that. So something like this, where it's more like a mane or something. Okay. I like that. I didn't think I would like it, but I like it. So then his torso would be down here. Maybe we will try to do some sort of Asian influence on the lower half. It's kind of cool. Might be a pain to animate later on, but there we go. I should have warmed up before doing this video. I did not. I did not. That's kind of cool. Maybe he has two-pronged. Man, that is the most goat-like I have seen so far. I really like that. I like how simple it is. Not sure it screams bounty hunter yet, but I do like what this looks like for sure. This guy looks like he's going on a mountain hike. That's cool. I definitely like what's going on right there. And like in other videos, we always end up doing like at least one more than I say we're going to. So I'm going to shrink these down. And I'm going to take what I like about each of these three and develop it a little bit further. How long are we going here? We're at 24 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so one more is good. One more is good. Okay. So again, these first few steps are just like super rough. And eventually we'll get to like illustrating and color and trying to actually figure out the details of the suit and that kind of thing. So, but right now we are just trying to figure out the overall aesthetic of the character. And maybe I should have said that at the beginning video. So if you stuck around, thanks. But that's kind of the goal. So, all right. You know, I should have got one of these guys. Do that. Whoop. All right. Here we go. So I like that fur around the neck. Maybe we'll... I was thinking about maybe doing like a scarf underneath too, like a hint of a scarf, but we'll leave that for later. That's for a later exploration. Okay. Cool, cool. So I'm gonna try to get those shoulder pads underneath too. I feel like it needs to be more armored. Although I like the design of this, I think that kind of takes away from the bounty hunter aspect, maybe. I don't know, because there are so many like Star Wars characters that have that are bounty hunters that have that type of thing. I don't remember if it's Forlom or the other guy. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. But they have kind of a dress type thing. Okay. I like the rolled up sleeves. With maybe a glove. Something like that. Also, I'm probably just going to design one side and then duplicate and flip at this point. Okay, so the question is, will this work? Will that work? Something like that, because it kind of keeps the same shape as that. So something like that. And it has a similar, like it echoes that feel because it's like a rolled up sleeve for your pants. And then I don't know, I like it. Man, I'm so stiff right now. So stiff. All right, I'm gonna duplicate and flip this. Oh, that's cool. Kind of like that. I like what happened with the shoulder pads too. Yeah. Still not sold. I like it. I think we're getting there. So usually after this step, I would go in and just like clean it up, because right now it's just a lot of suggestion on like shapes and what could be like underneath here, or you know what the shoulder pads actually look like and that kind of thing. But we may do that. We might hold off on that and do that for another video, or I'll do it and then when we come back next time, it'll be all nice and cleaned up and we can continue developing. But I kind of like what's going on here. I don't know if he should have like anything behind him, like a cape type of thing, or like the Boba Fett shoulder pad thing. That'd be kind of cool. Not shoulder pad, fabric hanging off his shoulder. Or like the Mandalorian. If you guys haven't noticed. Oh no, I didn't do it on another layer. I like Star Wars. Star Wars fan. Oh gosh. I am all over the place. You know, he'd have something on his back like that. Kind of like it. You'd have maybe a pipe going up there. No? Pipe going down here. In the fur? Maybe? No? I think he's gonna have like a backpack. Backpack. Right back there. Which is where the pipes go to. Yeah, kind of like that. I also like the idea of him having a staff for a weapon. Some sort of staff. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Sorry, I apologize for the super rough drawing in this episode, but we are going to get to the more refining process later on And if you just stick with this process, you will come up with a way better design than if you just started drawing. So stick with your concepting. Really try to think about what the story you're telling is. We're trying to pull from what we know about this character and really play it into how he's dressed and tell a story visually. Even the pipes or the tubes can tell you that he's from a high altitude, or it can tell you that he is cyberpunk or steampunk. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Have a great Valentine's Day, and we'll see you next time.